Hi, Steve Hammered Hide Leather. Thank you for your support. For those of you who had subscribed and helped move this channel along, I really appreciate it. It's really humbling to see somebody who would like to turn in and see what we're doing. And hopefully we're having fun with it. Hopefully you're having fun with it. I got a great response on a Facebook posting about this little machine. I did not come up with this. I can't take credit for it. This is actually called a rhyming machine. I think it's R-H-M-I-N-G, Arbor Press. And I got it off of YouTube. The guy that came up with this, actually there's a lot of them, so it must not be a new idea. It was new to me. All I did with it was take the pieces and ideas that they came up with and just modified it slightly because I happen to have this material laying around here. But I'll go through it with you. I promised the subscribers that I would send plans out, and we will make another version of this. And I will get that out as quickly as I can. Right now I'm really slammed with work, and also have to apologize that I haven't got the wallet video out yet. I've just been busy. It will be coming soon. Matter of fact, next week I'll get a little bit of a slowdown. This particular little machine is so simple. It's really made up of two parts. This is called a push-pull toggle clamp. This is used in woodworking. You can get them off of Amazon, but be careful in that there are other kinds of toggle clamps. This is a push-pull, and it needs to be that kind of a mechanism for this to work. Really the only other part is this chuck. That little chuck right there you can also get off of Amazon, and I think the two of these things together were about $12, $13. So it's not a lot of money, and it really helps out. The advantage to this particular mechanism is, and I had someone correct me that he thought that he could do punches with the hammer more quickly, and maybe he can, and more power to him. The thing that I like about this is that you don't get tired. You can go through an incredible amount of leather, really thick leather, without really wearing yourself out. It really didn't take much to do this. And the little feet down here as a matter of fact, I'm going to put a little video up so you can see this thing working. The little feet that I've installed here really keep the leather from pulling back up. That's the gist of it, and it works like a charm, and it works for long periods of time. Some of these bags that Tony puts out can be hours and hours of nothing more than just hammering out holes. I can do a pretty good sized bag of his in a couple hours with no fatigue and making no noise. The only other thing I've done that seems to be something a lot of people really like, this is just surgical tube, Home Depot, whatever. And I cut a little hole in it and stuck it over the punch, and there's a hose that goes back and it connects to this little vacuum cleaner. And that little vac clears out the tube. I'm not even sure you couldn't get away with just a dust collector. I got that thing 10 years ago, I think it was, or more, at a thrift store. And it was laying around out there in the shop, and so hooked it up, and it works. So I don't really have a whole lot more to say about it. It's just a great little machine. All of the angles and things here you see here are meaningless. This was something I had made already for another project, a leg of a table I never finished out of walnut. And I had this laying out in the shop, and I just cut it up a little bit and used it. So the angle is irrelevant, the look of it irrelevant. It can be, and we probably will make it out of 2x material. So as long as you end up with that thing hooked up, by the way, that's just a handle I got from a hammer I had out of the shop from Harbor Freight from years ago, drilled some holes in it, and it went down right over the paddle part of the handle. Real simple. I mean, and by the way, you can actually put a snap drive on this thing, so it does have other uses, but the main thing is that it just keeps your arm from wearing out and that hammer noise. I get bored real quick just sitting there hammering out holes, but this little guy is actually kind of fun. There's a certain pleasure to just listening to the thing doing its work. So I hope that helped out, and like I said, we'll get plans out, and we'll do a build on here. But for those of you that want to get started, that really should be enough information to get going and make your own version of it. It's always more fun to come up with something that you've thought out than using somebody else's idea and copying it completely. Well, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good time, and I will see you next time.